heavy. Sometimes the night feels so long, but I know there is a Savior who carry every burden, carry my burden. Jesus. Walking through the valley, Lord, searching for a place to go. Heavy load upon my heart, tears were falling in the dark. Trouble knocking at my door, strength was fading more and more. Then I heard a gentle voice calling me to make a choice. Come to me and rest a while, I will walk with you each mile. So I bowed my head to pray, and I heard my Savior say, carry my burden, Jesus. Lead me through the storm. Carry my burden, Jesus. Keep my spirit warm. Carry my burden, Jesus. My burden. Hold my trembling hand. Carry my burden. My burden, Jesus. Help me safely stand.
Sunday morning right here in New York City, just to give God thanks for being good to us another week.
From heaven's throne, fear was
We'll just do maybe half an hour of the show just to give God thanks for being good to us this Sunday morning right here in New York City as a music band. Good morning to you, good evening, as a matter of fact.
and your love has made me whole through the
30 minutes to 1 o'clock right here.
sea.
Hope you had a wonderful week
Grace cast
wherever you are around the world. Thank you again so much. God for joining your broadcasting media.
still I lift my
I said to you yesterday, don't forget we have our podcast coming up soon.
my plea.
Coming up sometime and from Memorial Weekend, so we want you to be a part of it right here. Good morning, good afternoon to you. It's like a little after midday, right?
Jesus,
Carry my burden, Jesus.
lead me through the storm.
I'm not sure about you. As I get older in life, I learn to understand the spiritual aspect of life.
Carry my burden, Jesus.
Able to calm you, put you in a better place, a better mind for tomorrow.
It won't. Carry my burden, Jesus. Carry my burden. Hold my
God for joining your broadcasting media. Good morning to you.
carry
I keep saying good morning. I don't know why. Maybe because I normally don't do this program early in the morning, right? So good afternoon to you. It's midday.
safely stand. Through the desert burning sand, still you guide me with your hand.
The music men run the
The
show.
river dark and wide, still you walking by my side. Every chain that held me tight, you release them in your might. Every tear I used to cry now become a joyful cry. Though the road is sometimes steep, still your promises I keep. Faith arise inside of me because you set me free. Carry my burden, Jesus. Oh, lead me through the storm. Carry my burden, Jesus. My burden. Carry my burden, Jesus. Keep my spirit warm. Carry my burden, Jesus.
You know, sometimes in life,
Oh, my
there are people that have left an impact on your life, right? Sometimes a teacher, somebody that you know, and a family member.
help me.
I often tell people without God, I would not be here today.
When my
Thank Him for His strength, His mercy, His favors.
still your love will never change.
There's a saying, there's no better place to be when God is the only option. And that's where I feel in my life.
Still your presence make me strong.
There's a couple months in the year left in April, moving into May.
My troubled spirit
Remember, I was on yesterday and I spoke about my podcast coming soon. We want you to be a part of my podcast. We discuss. I'm trying to get a team of it again. Ordinary people doing big things in our community. Come sit in our chair. Carry my burden, Jesus. Where will we be without him this morning?
Now I walk a bright road.
When we lost everything that we have, when we lost family and friends, we still have him. I'm amazed sometimes how God puts strangers in our lives because you see sometimes we are struggling. We never leave us, not forsake us, and not for me.
Still I look toward the stars, knowing you are always near, casting out my fear. So I testify today, Jesus is the living way. Through his love I finally stand, safe within his hand. Carry my burden, Jesus. Carry my burden, Jesus. Lead me through the storm. Carry my burden, Jesus. My burden. Keep my spirit warm. Carry my burden, Jesus. Hold my trembling hand. Carry my burden, Jesus. Help me safely stand. Carry my burden, take my fears away. Carry my burden, Jesus. Guide me every day. Carry my burden. Oh, when my journey here is
Just a couple more days in April. Carry my burden, Jesus. God Jones Broadcasting Media and YouTube. This is my brand.
my song will always be.
It's a lot that we're doing behind the scene. Again, if you get a chance to log on to us and see what we're doing here. Got some stuff coming up for you for the summer right here.
Through the day, he has never turned away. Forever I will testify.
I'm going to do half an hour of this morning just to say thank you. You know, a lot of times we play a lot of soca and reggae. Before we to give God thanks, right? Carry my burden, Jesus.
Carry my burden, Jesus.
From New York City to the rest of the world, this is
Say, carry my burden,
LTDRadio.com.
Jesus. Thank you again so much for spending your time with us. It's a Sunday morning, giving God thanks. I'm just going to say thank you again for another week, another time right here in New York City. We got to give him thanks. Because of him, we are alive this morning. Carry my burden, Jesus. Thank you again.
A sacrifice was prepared, holy and pure, the lamb without spot,
Music Man.
given for you and me. From the hills of Galilee, walk a man in humility, gentle eyes and heart so pure, bringing love forever sure, healing broken hearts in pain, calling sinners once again. Every step along the way, light was shining day by day. No deceit upon his tongue, yet redemption still he sung. Holy Lamb sent from above, walking in the Father's love. Lamb without spot, holy sacrifice, paid the greatest price, gave eternal life. Lamb without spot, perfect and divine. Now his love is mine, grace forever shine. Standing silent in the night, though he had the power and might, still he chose the narrow road, carrying humanity's load. In the garden he did pray, Father, show another way. Yet his spirit still remained, faithful through the pain, through the tears that touched the ground.
Gonna remind you, Memorial Weekend, we're doing our podcast right here in New York City. We'll be done outside, a matter of fact. We wanted to be a part of it. The first podcast we'll be doing in Brooklyn on the street. We're going to incorporate food and other things in the podcast. So if you're coming in town for the summer holiday, I know most people in New York for the holiday, especially Brooklyn, come and sit with us and our table. Discuss the issue again. The name of our podcast is going to be Ordinary People Doing Big Things in Our Community. Again, so if you know of someone that left an impact in our community, maybe you have a teacher, a police officer, somebody that you know, a politician, a pastor, a leader, a single mother, a single father, or maybe you use a daughter or son a day and you want to come and sit and talk about your father, you want to sit and talk about your mom. Ordinary people are doing great things in the community. You know the reason why I do this program here, a lot of times, like I said, you can't give up in life. People may count you out, people may not believe in you, but you know the ability that you have. It may take you 50 years, it may take you 60 years. You can't stop, you gotta push on. Godfrey Johnson Broadcasting Media Incorporated LED Radio brand. Remember, we are a brand. There are many ways to listen to us. Happy Sunday to you any way that you are in the world. Good afternoon to you, whether you're here in Brooklyn, New York, or we're in Queens. Don't forget again to incorporate God in your life spiritually. It's very important. If you leave him out of his life, you can leave life out of you. For the best of music, it's a Sunday, the 26th day of the month of what? April.
Through his mercy, I am free.
The music man run the show.
When temptation comes around, still his strength in me is found. Through his promise I remain, sheltered in his name. So I lift my voice and sing, praise the everlasting King. Through his sacrifice I see, love has rescued me. Lamb without spot, holy sacrifice, holy sacrifice, the greatest prize, gave eternal life. Lamb without spot, perfect, perfect and divine, perfect and divine. His love is mine. No grace forever shine. Lamb without spot, chains are broken now. Every heart must bow.
From New York City to the rest of the world, this is LTDRadio.com, your source for today's information.
We're live in New York City, 51 degrees, mostly cloudy right here in New York. It's the Music Man. Our brand, Godfrey Johnson Broadcasting Media, Incorporated LD, the radio brand. And we're live here with you. It's a beautiful Sunday morning right here. Wherever you're on this Sunday morning, wherever, whether you're here in New York, around the world, came across this broadcast. Thank you again so much. Don't forget to subscribe. I know people, do view our content, but most people don't subscribe. The work that I have to do a lot of work this coming summer. I do have my barcode. It's something that I need to promote more. Maybe I should put it on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get at least 5,000 subscribers between now and Labor Day weekend. That would be my goal. I have my barcode, and sometimes what I do, I ask people to subscribe. I'm not sure if they are getting the notification when I go live. I will check it today and see if the settings in there is wrong. Please reach out to me again, Godfrey Johnson Broadcasting Media and Corporate LA Radio brand. Don't forget again to send me an email, godfrey@godfreyjohnsonco.com. That's godfrey@godfreyjohnsonco.com. Or reach me on a personal email. Because sometimes my inbox need normally be filled, and if I don't delete some of the email, I don't get it on my business email. Send it on my personal email, lddradio@aol.com. That's lddradio@aol.com. Again, our show is sponsored today about a new podcast coming soon. We're going to show you how we do the setup of the podcast. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how we do the setup, of the podcast. The chairs and tables, get some nice flowers, the microphone and the mixers and things. I have most of it already. But the furniture that I think I'm looking at, I think going to be appropriate for what we're trying to do here, right? Also, if you have some event coming up for the summer, and you're going to say, come and sit with us, and the way I'm going to do it is where we sit and discuss issues. Again, ordinary people in our community doing big things. I mean, I hope that the titles could work. That we could also change it as we move along. How we're going to work. We're going to be there between 1 and 6 in the evening. I'm discussing issues that affect us in our daily lives. Whether to do with health, whether to do with AI, whether to do with you having an event, whether to do with your health, whatever it is, we discuss it. But the main thing that we're going to do, we're going to have a lot of food there. We're going to have a lot of food. And as you come, actually it will be done at a restaurant, outside of the restaurant, on 51st Street. On the pavement, we're going to do it right there, set up right in front there. Normally where I do my event in the summer, we just add a podcast to it, for people who want to come and discuss issues that affect their lives as we move forward. I was saying to you yesterday, for the past couple of months, not even months, but the past couple of years, you feel like, I've been stuck. I was looking at a lady this morning and she was saying the same thing that, it seemed like a lot of people these days can't move forward. It's something that I was struggling with for the past couple of years, and being stuck is something that you have to push through in any way, shape, or form. You can't stop going on. You cannot stop moving on. I was listening to another podcast somewhere in Atlanta, and the discussion was, sometimes, you do things in life, and sometimes even being cancelled. People, don't want you on here because some of the things that you talk about. But what he was saying, the thing is you can't stop, because once you stop, people got to move on. You got to keep putting out content. You got to keep talking about it. You got to keep being out there. Because that's the only way after a while they're going to get back on board. Because if you just stop, then nobody's going to remember you, just forget about you. And most of the time, that's what people want, anyway. And then so being stuck is something that I want to discuss with you this evening. What does being stuck mean? It just seems that you can, get anything done. You're moving forward, but it's like you're making 60, 70 steps backward. And most of the time when you do that, you just stop. I've lost so much over the past couple of years by not able to do certain things. And even sometimes the thing that I've done, that I put forward, because I stopped, other people take it and run with it. It's like a relay. It's like a relay, you start the relay, but you stop, and when you stop, somebody that was faster than you, that was looking at you, that had the same vision that you have, as a matter of fact, you show them how to do it, they take the baton and they begin to run with it. So it's something for me, and like I said, that's the reason why I decided to put a lot of emphasis in my YouTube page, because I've been part of the radio for many years, and it is like I lost control of the radio. And I was driving yesterday and I was talking to someone. I was like, I've been part of this radio station years, and I look at it flourishing now, going forward, and you would think people would say, okay, what's going on? So I was telling the person I'm going to put 110% in my YouTube channel, in my podcast. And again, that's what's here right now anyway, doing your podcast and YouTube. I will put 110% in that. I think that's the best way to get your word out at the end of the day, right? Country Johnson Broadcasting Media, beautiful Sunday right here in New York. 51 degrees right here in New York City, wherever you are in the world. Thank you again so much. And too many times, man, we wait until we get into a difficult position, a difficult situation where we want to say, let's pray, let's give God thanks. You got to do it. You got to give Him thanks. We think about it. We spent 8 days. There are people this morning that are talking to their family how to bury someone that went to bed last night and never get up. And we take for granted what we have, what God has given to us, which is breath. So somebody said something last week. He said, if I give you $4 million, will you take it? And they happily said yes, but the only drawback is you can't wait tomorrow. They said, no, I don't want the money. And so we didn't only have one day. We had 7, 8 days in the week where God has protect us, keep us, guide us. You get up in the morning and you say a prayer, you brush your teeth, you have some breakfast, and you take your kids to school, you kiss your husband goodbye, kiss your wife goodbye, and you do it over and over again and not knowing it's just how grateful you are to be alive. As I speak to you, there are people that somewhere in the hospital with tube down their throat, they're breathing from oxygen tank. And you are here. And like I said, there are people that are planning the funeral for their loved one. You went to bed this last night and you had a chance to get up. So how else could I do this? Go out there and do contents on the street, go out there and talk to friends, go out there and talk to people. This is one of the most important videos that I could do, just to say thank you. Thank you for the 12 hours that I went to bed, and even though I maybe slept 5 hours, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you that I didn't get a phone call that my family and friends had in an accident. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, God, because my health, even though it's not 100%, but it's manageable. Thank you that I could eat. Thank you that I could walk. Thank you. Thank you that 50% I may see tomorrow, even though I'm not sure. And a lot of people may skip this video. May skip this video, because you don't mean anything. But it's so important that you say thank you. Just a matter of gratitude. Gratitude to those who have been good to you. And that's what I always do for people who helped me along the way. I never forget them. I never forget them. I never go on. I will never disrespect somebody who have been good to me. I said to you always that on my YouTube channel, I have 395 subscribers, and I got these subscribers last year. And nobody would tell you what I just did, what I'm going to say to you. It's one thing to have 1 million subscribers. Just think about it. It's one thing to have 1 million subscribers. Just think about it. 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. It's one thing to have 1,000. You know what it takes for these 395 people to say, I don't know you. I never met you. But I will subscribe to you. I don't know you. I never met you before. But I will subscribe to you. Your family and friends wouldn't do it. And it's not that they don't like you, but it's just that they don't think it's important. And I always said to people, I'm pushing this channel, I'm going to go further and further upstream. I know I'm going to go further and further upstream. But I will always be grateful for the first subscriber. I'll always be grateful for the first 10 people that subscribe to my channel. The first 50, the first 200, the first 300, the first 95 people that subscribe. Why? Because this is people that take a chance in you when you had nothing. You wasn't saying nothing. You was not a star, you was not a celebrity, you was nothing. And they subscribe to you somewhere in the world. And I could look at the back end of my YouTube and see where they subscribe from. There are people in Africa that subscribe to me. There's people in the UK, in Canada. There are people in the Caribbean that subscribe to me. There are people in Africa. But think about it, the first 2, 3, 4, 5, the first 100, the first 300, 400 people that subscribe to you, they are your most loyal people because they believe in you when nobody else will. It's one thing to say thanks to the million, because if you have 1 million, you can go on to 2 million, but how could you say thanks to the people that subscribe to you, the early part of those that said, I believe in you, at the end of the day. I believe in you. I heard somebody said something that we get rid of people so easily. We forget people so easily. Like we don't care, If you cannot contribute nothing to my life, I move on to the next source, the next person. Don't matter. I used to, throughout my life, I had people that I used to deal with. I used to talk to them. I used to call them. I used to communicate with them. And looking back at it, these people were never my friends. And the reason how I know that is because when I stopped calling, the communication stopped. So you was the one that put in the energy into the relationship. And this is not something that you wanted to do. So I had to step back. And when I stepped back, my phone stopped ringing. Why? Because the connection was one way. You were doing the calling, you were doing the texting, you were doing the checking in. I was telling somebody the other day, that I look at my phone and none of the people that I used to communicate with years ago, I don't communicate with them no more. Because these people, I understand that my relationship with them was one way. And you try it, then you're going to see. And if somebody says that disappear for 3 weeks and see who's going to come looking for you. Try it. If you really want to know, my mom told me that a couple of years ago. She said, if you really want to know somebody is your friend, if you really want to know that somebody is your friend, there are three things my mom told me that I never forget. And my mom had passed away, and I never forget it until even today I live by that. She said, the first thing you need to do, if you really want to know somebody's your friend, and you all talk every day, you all hang on, you all laugh together, you all share business ideas, pass one day and don't call them. Don't talk to them. And see what they're going to do. And most people are not going to say nothing to you. They keep you enemy because they think you keeping them. Nobody going to come and say, hey, what happened? I realize these days that you're not talking to me. Because why? The connection was one way. The second thing my mom told me, she said, never put your hand in hot water and do it again. Third thing my mom told me, never marry somebody you love. Marry somebody that loves you. I never forget this. Never marry somebody you love. Marry someone that loves you. Never put your hand in hot water when you get burned. You know it's hot. And number number one, if you really want to know somebody's your friend, pass one day and don't call you. Don't check in on them. And just as the person said, disappear for 3 weeks and see who's going to come looking for you. And a lot of people never look at it that way. 99% of the people that interact with you is because you are talking to them. You calling them. You are the one that keeping the connections alive. The day that you stop talking to them, the connection dead. Done. And this is people that you would do anything for. This is people that you will lend your money. This is people that you're motivated. This is people that you discuss things about God, spiritually, about God. This is people that tells you how much they are saved and sanctified and holy. And you realize, I remember a couple years ago I was talking to someone and I said to her, I'll be careful what I say to people. Because sometimes after a while, you and that person don't communicate. Not because of you, but because of them. And now that person have all your information. They have information about your finance. They have information about your family. Information about your friends. Just imagine that maybe somewhere along the line you did something in the past that nobody knew about. And you discuss it with that person. And for some reason, you decide not to talk to them anymore because you want to see if they're going to call you. And they didn't call you. No, they have that information with them. It cost me a lot doing this. A lot. Cost me a lot doing this because, again, a lot of times I build relationship around people, around business, around certain things. And when you walk away and see if they're going to follow you and they didn't follow you, whatever you built with them, they will keep it, or they will take it, or they will, as a matter of fact, they will use your ideas. So you would never know your true friends until you're done face on your back. And even sometimes I will run into some of them on the street, and you could see they give me that little wave, like. And the reason why I talk about this morning on my page is because it's a bigger issue than just not talking to you. It's a value issue. It's a value issue. It's a respect issue. I heard somebody said, music man, but you think about it. If there's a movie star or a great artist coming to Brooklyn, you think they're going to deal with them that way. The reason a lot of times people deal with you that way is because they don't value you. And the worst thing that you could do is wanting to be with your family and they don't value you. Because you want your family. It's wanting to be with people, your boss, because that's where you make your money and they don't value. But think about it, just people, friends, and these people don't value. They don't respect you. Because when a person cannot, value and respect goes together. Value and respect goes together. Just like love and respect go together. And if they don't value you, they can't respect you. They don't respect you, they can't value you. We are not put in this world to run this life on our own. We put in this world so we could, help each other. But how would you know? How would you know that you are in the place where you want to be in life? And sometimes what happened, I face this a lot in my life. There are times where people are not doing good. We all go through things in our lives, and at that time, maybe they're not working. They're going through a difficult times. So they lean on you. They lean on you for favors. They lean on you for support. They lean on you for encouragement. They lean on you to talk to. And soon as they're able to better themselves, get a job, move on to better people, you don't hear from them. I was here a month ago, and I know of this person. I see him all the time. All the time I see him, and he's walking his dog and he's doing what he's got to do. And very rare he will say something to me. And I was driving but a month ago, and I got a phone call from him. And the phone call says, "Are you home?" I said, "No, I'm on the street." And he said, "Expect a package. Just want to know." So people not stupid, they know what they're doing. And the time that we live in today, in 2026 and forward, is so important that you understand that you can't make it alone in this time. You cannot make it alone in this world. And the worst thing that you could do is to have or make connections that are one way. You are doing the phone calls. You are doing the texts. You are doing the showing up. You are calling. There are people that and I know for people who ever go through this video will tell you, there are people that you would deal with for almost 10 years. And you will give them a birthday gift and they will give you one. They will give you you will give them a Valentine's Day gift and they wouldn't give you one. You will give them something for Christmas, sometime money, and they would not give you anything for Christmas. You say how? There are two things. Because they don't value you, and number two, they think you're stupid. You don't have no sense. So a lot of times, sometimes with us as people think that, I'm doing you a favor by talking to you. I'm doing you a favor by communicating with you today. Without me, you nothing. And so throughout my life, I had people that I thought was my friends. Just think about it, and I'll give you an example. I do this YouTube channel here. And there were many times I didn't post anything. Almost a year. You would expect somebody would call you and say, "Hey, what happened? What's going on? You okay? I see you didn't post any video." Why? You don't look at your video. So if you know you have people in this lifetime that you know you were friends with, you should talk to, and they think so little of you, why would you prove them right? Why would you prove them right? There are 8 billion people in the world. You go after the 8 billion people in the world to get the subscribers, not the people who think you're worth anything. Right? And I thank God that I have this platform so I can share my thought. So a lot of people don't have that to share. And you say this morning, well, it's my choice not to talk to you. What is my choice to discuss my issues too? Everybody entitled to their own opinion. So there's something that I wanted to share this morning. And again, like I said, it is something that I feel a lot of people suffer with. And again, like I said, the reason why it's that important is because it's a value thing. It's not something you take lightly. Because people don't get rid of things that's important. You never see somebody see a diamond and get rid of it. A gold and get rid of it. People don't get rid of currency, they don't get rid of money. This is important. They value it. people don't get rid of things that value to them. They only get rid of things, or don't deal or don't talk to things that don't matter to them. And the thing that I got sometimes, I run into some of them and they give me that kind of little high, like, okay, I already move on. If for some reason you think you're in a better place, you're better people to deal with, that's great. I was driving the other day and I got a text, 25 minutes that somebody sent me on WhatsApp. Just think about it. A person took their time at 5 o'clock in the morning and recorded a 25 minutes text to encourage me. I was sitting in a car a couple months ago, and I was talking to a guy. He was on the right side of the car. I was in the passenger seat. Around 11 o'clock in the morning, and I get a phone call. So I pick it up, and the person said, "Music plan, what you doing? You okay?" You see, for some reason, I was thinking about you this morning. I just called to see if you're okay. I said, "No, I'm not okay. I want some money." And I was only kidding with him. He said, "You sure? How much you need?" Now I had him on speakerphone, so the guy who was at the passenger side of the car heard what he was saying to me. And he said, "Who's that?" I explained to him who it was. So the point I'm trying to make, if a person wants to talk to you or deal with you, they're going to do it. And we don't look at it this way. We see this as we just move on. No, it's a lack of respect. It's a lack of value to you where you're not that important. And then so you have to search yourself and do two things. Why I'm not important to these people? Is this about me or is this about them? And if you search yourself and realize that you have done everything that you're supposed to do as a friend of a person that you used to talk to, and you don't see anything, you didn't disrespect them, you didn't gossip about them, in the relationship, you give more in the relationship. I'm not talking about love now, that they gave you, and you pull away, thinking that they're going to follow you, or they're going to call you or text you, and you didn't hear from them in a year and a half. You should recalibrate that and rethink that relationship. And we're not talking about husband and wife and boyfriend and girlfriend. That's a different thing, because with these relationships, things happen up and down. We're talking about just random people that you meet. I explained to you, I'm known of people that you give gift every time, that they never give you nothing. And you stayed and talked to these people, interact with them. And now they go with all your information, all your family information, all information you have about your husband and wife. They go with it. So again, coming up on our weekend, we're doing our podcast, Ordinary People Doing Great Things in Our Community. We're going to sit, sip, and chat. That coming up on our weekend. Can't remember the date. And just discuss issues that affect our lives in the community. Our podcast. We already have two people. I'm looking for a female that want to be a part of it, that have something to say, want to sit with us. Maybe somebody that out there that kind of familiar with media and YouTube. And, you know, it doesn't matter how you sound. It doesn't matter what it is. Just say, "Hey, I want to be part of your podcast." And so I decided to come out here on a Sunday and just say thank you, Lord, for your favors. Thank you for your mercies. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for everything. Thank you for families and friends. I truly appreciate it. I want to say thanks to those who check in with me. Thanks for those who support me. Thanks for those who help me in any way, shape, or form. I truly appreciate it. Remember, people should be an investment in your life, not a burden. And if you have a relationship in your life that it's a burden, should we take that relationship? Thank you again so much as we continue something together.
Temple curtain tearing into, showing mercy shining through. Christ was wounded for me, so my soul could be free. Still his love showed me the way, even when my faith was weak. Still his voice I could hear speak in the valley late at night. He became my guiding light through the storm and through the pain. Still his grace remained the same. Not by power, not by fame, only by his holy name. Chains were broken, I believe, because the Savior bled for me. Christ was wounded for me, so my soul could be free. On Calvary tree, he suffered patiently. Christ was wounded for
The
me.
music man run the
From
show.
sin he rescued me. Through eternity, his love covering me. Hear the hammer sound echo through time. Still his mercy reaching mankind. From the cross he opened a way, so the lost could live today. Lion of Judah never failed. Through the storm and through the gale, victory written in his name. Forever Jesus reigned the same. Oh children, remember the day stone rolled from the grave away. Death could never hold him down. Now we wear the victory crown. Early morning, third daylight, angels shining pure and bright. Stone rolled back, the tomb was there. Resurrection glory there.
Mic check.
Hope awakening.
Again, if you're out there and you have anything that you want us to discuss with you,
The grave
we will come into your home and sit with you. Something different we're doing in our community.
of sin.
So we're going to come there, sit with you to discuss it, and then we put it out there for the world, right? They're going to comment on it.
Set I free.
Good morning to you, God Junction Broadcasting, Sunday morning in New York City. Giving God thanks for being good to us on this beautiful Sunday morning right here. No matter where you are, maybe in Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island, Long Island, Brooklyn, or you're in the Caribbean, good afternoon to you. I don't know why I'm saying good morning.
He suffered patiently. Christ was wounded for me. From sin he rescued me. Through eternity, his love covering me. Christ was wounded for me. Chains fall instantly. Now I sing joyfully. His grace deliver me. When I was lost and could not.
Often I said to you, there's no better place to be when God is the only option. There's no better place to be when God is the only option.
Remain the same. So I'll praise him night and day. Walk with him along the way. Till my journey here is through. Lord, my life belongs to you.
There's no better place to be when God is the only option. God Junction Broadcasting Media Incorporated, LD Radio Brand. Good morning to you. This is how we do it with you and mine on a Sunday right here. 51 degrees right here. Cold. Thank you again so much. I want to remind you again, coming up for the summer, if you need any of the culture clothes, anything of the Caribbean, you got a pants, a shirt, a jersey, hats, and so we got it for you. Just contact me in the number that you see. Send me an email on my personal email.
Hear the truth
My business email kind of failed.
from the
I got
hill
to get a guy empty for me tomorrow.
where love and mercy
Good morning, good afternoon to you, New York City. Is the music man.
Savior bore.
God Junction Broadcasting Media Incorporated, LD Radio Brand.
Calvary still speaks today. On the hill where he was slain, blood was shed to break the chains.
From New York City
Every
to the rest of the world,
land and every
this is
song
LTDRadio.com,
tells
your
the
source for
world a
today's
life
information.
Through the suffering, through the cries, through the darkness, through the lies. Every moment on that tree spoke of love eternally. Even now the message stands, spoken still through every land. From the cross his voice is clear, calling hearts to draw near. Calvary still speaks today, healing hearts along the way. Calvary still speaks today, guiding us to walk his way. Calvary still speaks today, mercy flowing, grace displayed. Calvary still speaks today, Jesus' love will never fade. When the storms of life arise, when my soul is paralyzed, I remember Calvary and his love that sets me free. Every wound upon his side shows the Savior never died. Though the world may turn away, still his truth is here today. Chains are falling, hearts restored through his suffering and sword. Every sin and every pain covered by his holy name. Calvary still speaks today, healing hearts along the way. Calvary still speaks today, guiding us to walk his way. Calvary still speaks today,
Music man run the
mercy
show.
flowing, grace displayed. Calvary still speaks today, Jesus' love will never fade. From the garden to the hill, through his blood we feel his will. Every tear and every cry was for you and I. Though the hammer pierced his hands, still he spoke of God's plans. Every nail, every scar shows how close we are. Through his resurrection power, through the dark and lonely hour, we are lifted, we are healed, through his truth revealed. Calvary still speaks today, healing hearts along the way. Calvary still speaks today, guiding us to walk his way. Calvary still speaks today, mercy flowing, grace displayed. Calvary still speaks today, Jesus' love will never fade. Hear the angels softly sing, praise the everlasting King. Though he suffered, though he bled, still his voice is not dead. Lion of Judah, strong and true, make all broken hearts brand new. Through the cross I understand, Calvary still speaks through his hand.
Sunday morning gospel with Music Man God featuring on Broadcasting Media, giving God thanks for being good to us.
Never die.
It's another week right here,
Heart that
the 26th of April 2026.
mercy that remains.
Thank you again so much for spending your time with us right here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Love has shown the day.
If you can't make it to church on a Sunday, why don't you join us right here every Sunday morning?
Holy blood
Where we give God thanks for being good to us for another week
rise. Still
right on this channel, God featuring on Broadcasting Media.
through his cross I now can stand, safe within his hand. So I sing both night and day, praise to Christ my Savior King. Through his message I now see, Calvary still speaks to me. Calvary still speaks today, healing hearts along the way. Calvary still speaks today, God called Calvary.
Remember when I said to you again, if you feel like you're stuck and you can't move on, it is not on anybody to fix it. You got to do it yourself. Just take some small steps. You have an idea, there's a dream that you have inside of you, you just can't get it done, you don't get any support. Take some small steps. You will get it done eventually, because sometimes you have to retrain your brain. You've been like that for the past couple of months, even the past couple of years. So your brain will always try to protect you, make you feel comfortable, and that's the reason why you try to do things that are easy. But most of the time you have to shock yourself, meaning that go there and force yourself to do it. Even to do a show like that, you have to get up and prepare it and make sure everything is okay. And sometimes it's easy to just do something else. And there's a lot of things that a lot of people are struggling with these days. Just feel like they are stuck.
There is a shepherd.
Figure that they cannot, go on, cannot do anything. And if they do anything, it's just to do the smallest thing, the minimum. Not doing anything great. When we got to understand that we are greater and bigger and better than this.
In the morning when I rise, I lift my eyes toward the skies. Through the fields of pain and fear, still His presence always near. Every step along the way, He is guiding night and day. Through the valleys dark and deep, He will guard my soul to keep. Even when the storms appear, even when the path unclear, I will follow, I will trust. In the shepherd I can trust. Shepherd of my soul, lead me to the quiet stream. Shepherd of my soul, guide me with your holy dream. Shepherd of my soul.
Oftentimes I would say to people, they may wonder why I do a program like that on my channel. I was thinking of, because I have another YouTube channel, and I was thinking of doing the gospel on there. But I said, no, I'm going to do it here, because we do a lot of stuff. We try to still find our niche. But when I look back at it, there are people out there who, they have people that they depend on. And I could tell you, hey, because of this, because of that person, they're able to be where they are today. I would tell you this with no doubt. Everything that I have in my life, the people that I have in my life was put there because of God. And I truly believe there are times in your life when you reach a stage in your life where even God feels sorry for you. Too many times, we doubt Him. We go through things, we go through sickness, we go through pain, we go through struggles, the loss of everything. And the farther we try to run away from Him, but sometimes it's just a test. There were certain times in my life where I was not even, thinking about the things of God, spiritually, physically, in any aspect of life. But I began to look at my life and realize that what I have cannot be because of human. Cannot. The things that happen to me, the people that God put in the people that comes into my life, the resources that I able to stumble upon was because of the favors and mercies of God. And we could do two things with that. We could become careless, we could be boastful, we could show off, or the other things we could do, we humble ourselves, and we could say thank you, because you didn't have to do it. You don't have to put people in our lives to help us. I will share this with you when I heard somebody say, God know a lot of people. God knows, God have a big mountain, God know a lot of people. God knows every single person on the face of this earth. He's the bank, He's a credit card company, He's everything. He's your strength, He's your mercy, He's everything. I do a lot of events, I do a lot of contents, walking, talking, doing certain things. A lot, but this year is something that I think I need to share more of my testimony, what God has done for me. Because I was loud and boastful when everything else, arguments, fight, you're loud and boastful. But when coming to the things of God, you humble yourself. Not humble, you cannot do it like a shoo-shoo, you don't really tell the world. And sometimes that holds you back. Because if you don't share your testimony, you can't have someone else out there who are struggling. Especially if you as a man, especially if you're a black man out there. I'm going to share this with you. I heard somebody said it. You have to get it right 110%. 100% is not even getting it right as a man. You got to get it right 110% every single time, because you could lose it all if you don't. You will lose it all if you don't get it right 100%, 110% every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. As long as you live, you have to get it right 100%, 110% as a man, because you could lose it all if you don't. If you make the wrong decisions, hang out with the wrong set of people, walk the different streets, you could lose it all. And that's something I give God thanks that I had the discernment to understand that years ago. And even now, people come to me and tell me, you were right about everything. And I thank God for giving me that discernment to see certain things. I could just walk in a place and see somebody and tell you what they're about. I could see people deal with other people and tell you, no, this is not right. Another thing that I give God thanks, I'm very thoughtful. I'm very thoughtful. What does that mean? I could tell you when the first drop of snow fell in 2026. I was walking a couple of weeks ago, and there was a tree. Look, I was going to put it up for you, but I would have to, go to my thing. There was a tree that I saw, and the tree had no leaves in it. No leaves. It was dried, like there was a fire that hit the tree. But it wasn't that. It was the winter that took a toll on the tree. I'm going to show you next week, because I have a before and after picture of the tree. I was sitting there because I remember last year, that same tree, people was complaining, why don't you cut the tree? Because they have to walk under the tree and they get wet, because all the leaves will hang down in the middle of the street. That's how the tree had grown out. And I look at it a couple of days ago, last month as a matter of fact, and there was not a single leaf on the tree. It's like it was burnt. So I took a picture of it. Yesterday I saw the same tree. And on that tree, the whole tree was filled with leaves. And that tree didn't complain when it was battled by the snow and the wind and the rain and the cold. That tree didn't complain. He stayed there because deep down the tree was rooted in the ground. And what happened too, the tree began to keep the water in its roots, because it would need it for the hard times in life. And that's how we are as humans. There are times in our life where we have to, in the good times of our life, keep what God has given us. Remind us, yes, trouble will come. You will be tested. You'll be battled. But if you could keep that water inside of you, so when the time comes, you could walk away, you will save 50, 60 years of your life. Because you'll be tested every single day. Every day you'll be tested. I was, no, I'm not going to share that story. But again, like I said, at the end of the day, you have to understand that everything that you need is within your reach. Everything that you need is on your reach. And a year or 2 or 6 months can make a big difference in your life. But you need to be connected to Him. For me, like I said, I don't really go to church, but lately, for the past, in 2024, 2025, and now in 2026, is where I made the deter in my life spiritually. Where I understand from now, for the rest of my life, where I'm going, that the most important thing that you can do for yourself, a man or a woman, is to connect to God spiritually. When you're connected to Him spiritually, you become humble, number 1. And number 2, you begin to find your purpose in life. And number 3, your purpose would lead you mostly to help others less than yourself. Sometimes, you share the things that you have done in your community and people think you're boasting. No, it's because you realize where you are in your life. All right, so this is where we are. I want to say thank you again so much. I'm going to end this video. Don't want to make it too long. We've been live here. Remember the podcast coming? What we spoke about yesterday concerning AI. this is so important. Please, if you as a person out there, you into event, you write books, you get involved in AI. AI kind of remind me of the credit, of credit. AI kind of remind me of credit in our community. What does it mean? Years ago, there were people out there who knew the impact credit could have on your life, how credit could change your life. They knew it. They knew the credit could change your life. Business credit or personal credit could change your life. I often tell people that if you have a 760 credit score, within 6 months your life will turn around 110%. If you want to know how to do that, just call the number there or send me an email. If you have a 760 credit score, your life could change in 6 months 110% degree. And there are people in our community who knew that. They knew it before me, they knew it before you, they knew it before your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, but they didn't want you to know that. They didn't want you to know how to get that car. They didn't want you to know how you get that BMW or that Benz. They said, well, Mr. Man, what are you talking about? Because you never see them teach it. Most of what I've learned about credit was because of YouTube. Some of the, especially young men who was in prison and come out and use credit to elevate their life. Guys who had nothing and stumbled upon it through another friend. There's a guy I knew was in Chicago, and you say he had his friend, and he didn't see his friend for 6 months. So he thought his friend maybe went away or moved to another state. And then so he finally run into his friend one day on the street, and he said, bro, where you been? He said, bro, I've been locked down. So he was saying to him, he said, well, locked down? Maybe he was saying he was scared. He said, no, I was locked down, man. I was telling everything about my credit. And I get $40,000 borrowed. So he said, you get $40,000 borrowed? He said, yeah, I get $40,000 borrowed. So he said, how? So, because he said he was trying to save $20,000 for 4 years and he couldn't save $20. He couldn't save $20,000 in 4 years. How you get $40,000 in 6 months? So the guy said, I'm going to teach you. So the guy began to teach him how we go about it, how to pull your credits, how to fix your credit. And he said he locked down for 6 months. He said he get rid of every person and everybody. He said even his girlfriend. He get rid of her because she couldn't understand why she wasn't spending time with him, why he wasn't spending time with her. So he locked down for 6 months, and he began to learn everything about credit. Because he was the first guy is not the one that shared the story. It was the second guy who went out and learned anything about credit. And he said after that he began to, when he fixed his credit, he began to get $40,000. He said he took that money and he opened a trucking company. He had lost some money in the trucking company. He opened a vending machine company and a storage company. But to make a long story short, that guy go on to own millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. They don't teach you these things because it's not that they don't want to help you. They don't want you to have what they have. And it's the same thing with AI. There are people in our community who are using AI for the business, for the school, for the education, but they're not going to teach you because they don't want you to know just how the credit card was affecting our community. So if you stumble upon this video and nobody shared this with you, there are two things you could do for 2026. And like I said, if you want help, that's the reason why I put my phone number and my email there. And one of these days I will share my story with you. I will share my story with you. The thing people will tell you I could document because I documented. And I'm sorry, I'm so mad at myself that I did not learn this before. But the reason I didn't learn it before, there was no one willing to show me, teach me. And for those who have it, they protect it. I used to be in relationship, and I remember I would see my friends and family. They would send things from one state to another. It's somebody's birthday in New York, and somebody's birthday in, let's suppose, Washington. and they will call and get some flowers there in 24 hours or 12 hours. Both ends. For me, if I have to buy some flowers for somebody, I had to work to get the cash to buy the flowers. So now, it's your girlfriend or your mom or your sister or somebody's birthday, and you don't have the money. If you don't have the money, you can't buy the flowers. Now, the people who have the credit, they're not buying the flowers through cash. They're buying the credit. They're buying it through credit cards. I didn't know that at the time. So at the time, I'm thinking that they're better than me. Because how could they buy these flowers? Every flower was expensive flowers. Anything they could send, shoes, phone, anything. For me, I have to wait. And sometimes now, I will look down upon, because guess what? You didn't give me anything. You didn't give nobody anything. Not knowing I don't have the cash. And that's why I'm telling you today how important credit and AI is in your life. Nobody gonna share this with you. If you is a young man, a young woman out there, and you want to say to yourself, you know, I don't like how my life is going. I don't like where I'm at. I'm 20 years old. I'm 25 years old. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like where I'm going. I'm working. I can't make my ends meet. I'm gonna give you the blueprint now. For the next 6 months, you study everything about your credit. You pull all three credit, TransUnion, Equifax, and what's the next one? Experian. You pull it and see where it's at. And then when you pull it, if you have no credit, you contact Capital One, you contact Discover, and ask them for a secure credit card. The reason for the secure credit card, because again, your family and friends would not give you their credit card. They would not take out an authorized user's card for you, because they could do that. You don't need to go the route of the secure credit card if your family and friend are willing to help you. Because all you have to do is call the credit card company and say, here's my daughter, she's 20 years old, she has a child as a single mom, I want to give her a chance, could you send her a card in her name as authorized users? So every time you use the card, you are building your muscles, you are building your credit. So sooner or later, your mom will take you off, and now you're building your way to wealth. But if they're not going to do that for you, because sometimes they don't trust you, you feel like you're not responsible, you could do two things. You could call Capital One or go on the Capital One website or the Discover website, and you apply for a secret credit card. Most times you do two, which is Discover and Capital One. And the most that you put there is $200. If you have $400, you put 2 on Capital One and 2 on Discover. And you're going to use these cards for 1 year. If you use the card, if you get the card on the 26th of April, you're going to use the card until the 26th of April 2027. Hear what it is. It is $200 on each card. For 12 months, you're going to use $20 on that card. No more, no less. So that means you're leaving $180 on the card. Every month, $180 stay on the card. So you're using $20 on that card for 12 months. You say how? The card comes, you go to the gas station, you put $10 gas. That leaves you $190. You want to get some candy, you go to the store, use another $10. Because it's very important that you leave your utilization under 30%. As a matter of fact, it's very important to leave your utilization below 10%. This is the sweet spot, below 10%. After you use the card for 1 year, Capital and Discover are going to write you. And they're going to say to you, because you manage your account so perfectly, we're going to send back the $400 to you, and we're going to give you a real credit card without any limitation. So you may have $200. They may send you $1,000 credit card. They may send you $600 credit card, or they may send you more or less. Whatever you do for the next year, you still keep it under 10%. So if you have $1,000 on the card, the most you may use on that card is $100. Every time you use your card, both cards, they're going to report it to the 3 bureau. And the 3 bureau are going to tell the bank, this is one of the best person I ever see that use a card. Let's reward him. Let's reward her. And when you reward her or him, your score is going to go up. When you take out the card, most of the time you don't have a score because you had not anything in the system, so you don't have no score. So what you do, once you start using the card, the score is going to go up. The sweet spot for you within that year is to get your score within 760. Most people will tell you get your score over 850. I truly believe this is for bragging rights. There's no big difference between a 760 and an 850 credit card thing. So you go to 760. If you want 795, fine. And what you do when you get these cards, I'm talking about when they took out the limitation on the card, when they took out the authorized, when they took out the 200 and give you the $1,000 on the card. Now, other credit card company are going to see you in the system, and they're going to also offer you credit card. Let's suppose that you're working in a restaurant. You're working as a nursing assistant, and you're making $700 a week. Right? You're making $700 a week. What you do, because most of the time that $700 goes straight into your bank account. Right? Direct deposit into your bank account. That's $700. Goes straight into your bank account. You leave that money into your bank account and you put every single thing on your credit card. Now, there are people out there that are going to disagree with what I just told you. I want you to ask them a question. How does that work for them? And if you're not going to exchange your life with somebody else, why are you going to worry about what they say to you? You put everything on your credit card. There are two things that are happening right there. Once you use a card, responsible. Because it don't make no sense you have a card and you're not using it. Two things are going to happen. They're either going to lower the limit because you don't need the money, or your score going to drop. So like I said, you put everything on the credit card. But it must start with the 6 months. And you must pay your bills on time. This is more important than anything that you could ever do in your life. Music man, could you explain? If you don't miss a day at work, you don't miss a payment. You don't leave your house without brushing your teeth. Right? You must brush your teeth. That's like ordinary, that's come to you. You don't get into a car without putting on your seatbelt. It's the same way of paying that bill. A credit card is not a credit card. A credit card is trust. You are telling the company that I'm a responsible person, so you could trust me. They trust you with $200. Now they're trusting you with $5,000. So you put everything on the card. Remember, you're working, so your payment is going into your bank account. Now, normally without the card, what happened to you, every time you get paid, you're working from hand to mouth. And I remember seeing a lot of things on the video with young women, and I want to share this. I want people to share this video. Share this video. I've seen a lot of young women who are on the internet, who are on social media, and they're crying. And I always said to myself, if you give me 6 months with these young women, their life will never be the same. And the problem they're having, they're saying that I'm struggling. I can't make ends meet on the salary that I have. I'm a single mom. I'm a single dad. And it's difficult. You know how busy, and they are crying. And they have the daughter, they have the son. And there are two things that they fail to realize they have going for them. Your children is an investment. I'm not talking for the rest of. I'm not no more music for the rest of the day. I'm going to share this with you. Your children, please forward this video to every person that you know. I'm not telling you something here that somebody told me. I'm telling something that I do because I was sick of my life and I realized something was wrong. And I sit back and begin to do the investigation and I found out what happened. Your children is an investment. Now, there are men out there that says they would not pick up a woman with a child. But that's your choice. But if you're smart, you're going to get to realize that you are not the future, the child is. Because most people out there already mess up their credit. The child is new. So if you have a mom that is 25 years old and she's making $600-700 a week and her money is going straight into her bank account, and she have a 760 credit score, and she are using her credit card in a responsible way and paying her bills on time, there is no way, shape, or form she could be in poverty. No way. Like I just said to you, paying your bills on time, that's the main thing. Pay back what you take. It don't make no sense you take it and don't pay it. So what did the child have to do with anything? I'm going to tell you. So now, use a single mom or a single dad. $700 a week, that goes straight into your bank account. You don't touch that because you're using the card. Every month, you sit down and you add it up. Around the 25th of the month, $100 in gas, $300, $400, no, about, let's suppose $1,000 for food. I pay my daycare, I buy some clothes, card. So you call the company, you call the credit card company, and you tell them, I want to pay it off in full. Not the minimum. The minimum could be $25, $30. You're not paying the minimum. Whatever was used on the card. So if you use Discover, and out of the Discover card that you use $1,000, you call back Discover and say, look, on the 25th, I want to pay that $1,000 because it's coming back out of the money you have in the bank account of the $7 a week from you have there. Because now your bank account is going to be attached to the Discover card. And Discover going to say, okay, you have your bank account on file. You want us to take the $1,000? Yes, you take it out. What does that happen? You just have the $1,000 go back to the card. So the card could be used again. You call Capital One. You tell Capital One, I want to pay $1,000. The card is brand new again to be used for the next month. That's how other people do it around the world. The only people who don't do this is us here who don't know. They don't want you to know that. I'm giving you the blueprint. We're going to get to the children just now. So we are not talking about people who are married because they know they do this all the time. Husband and wife do this all the time. So we're not talking about them. We're talking about the young people out there who are crying and who are saying they can't make ends meet because these things were hidden from you. Right? So now the money's in there, you're working. Now remember, if you're not working, that's where the problem comes in. Because if you're not working, you have a problem. You would dig in deeper into cement and harder for you. Because once you messed up, that stays on your credit for 7 years. You can't get nothing. But if you do it the right way, you'll be out of poverty. What I'm sharing here with you, few people tell you that. There is a lot of money to be made for the lack of information. There's a lot of money to be made when you don't know better. There's a lot of money to be made. People get power when they could tell you certain things. You have to come to them and discuss certain things. They get the power. So how you know so much about that? I explained it to you. I saw years ago where people used to buy flowers for their family, teddy bears, watches, shoes, sneakers, and I couldn't do it. I had to wait until I get the cash. And by the time I get the cash, the birthday gone, and then I look bad. I didn't know. I saw people in our community opening business, and they never go out of business. I saw people out here in my community take $125,000 and open a restaurant and lost everything in cash. And that's when I began to do the investigation. It took me years to find out what I found. And when I found it, I was really upset. And it's not because anybody don't like us. It's not because they don't want us to make it. It's not that people to teach you that. You have to know that yourself. You say if you really want to deal with certain people, hide a book from them. So it was hidden. These people understand that I'm going to open a business, and the first thing I'm going to do is to talk about Dun and Bradstreet. I'm going to open a business, and the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about Equifax business, experience business. Because there are two scores. There are business credit score and there are personal business. There are personal scores. And one go with the other. So even though you don't need a card, let's suppose you want to open a business today. I'm telling you, you will be out of your head to have $50,000 in cash and take it and open a business. Another time we're going to talk about what you should do with that $50,000. What you should do with that $10,000. What you should do with that $5,000. Think about it for a moment, like I said to you. What you do, you Google Dun and Bradstreet. Google it and he will tell you. It's one of the largest business credit bureau in the world. I never knew about that until 2024. Dun and Bradstreet. Google, if you're listening to me right now, Google it. Every single business you see open right now know about that, except us. What we do, somebody told us that we could cook. You cook oxtail, you cook a curry goat, you cook a chicken, make a nice soup. We got some money saving. We listen to them. We take the money. The rent is $5,000. You have to pay 4 ways. Rent the place. Renovate the place. Get everything you need. Open the business. And by the time you open, the money run out. But you're not crying yet. You're not mad because you know you're going to make some money. And then you're standing there, waiting for a customer to come in. I literally see people in my community take up the lights. The awning, take up the light inside of the restaurant to save rent, to save the light bill. Certain people do not open on Mondays because they can't afford it. Can't afford it. They don't open on Mondays. They close on Mondays. Not because of a holiday. Not because of religious thing that they have to do, but because they're trying to save. There was a one Christmas around the 17th of December, right here in Brooklyn. Somebody came to me and he said, "Yo, Music Man, the man giving away the soup in the restaurant." He said, "Giving away the soup free?" He said, "Yeah, this man giving all the soup free." I said, "Why?" So I went. And when I went there, they took up the lights. Okay, maybe he didn't owe the light bills. Right? So they took his light off. So he had to get rid of the food. He can't sell it. So he was giving away the food. And I remember saying to myself, wow, Christmas is coming. So I'm just the case and giving the food. A couple years ago, I had a bakery and restaurant. And I will share this with you. I had a bakery and restaurant a couple years ago. And same thing happened to me. And that's where I've learned. I fall on hard times. Nobody helped me. Nobody came to me and said, "Hey, how could we help you here? How could you stay afloat?" No, they wanted their money. And they sent somebody and take up the meter in the basement. They removed the meter in the basement. How could you bake without a meter? How? So for me, I always said to myself, Lord, if you get me through this time and allow me my mind again, allow me to think again, I'm going to share this to somebody. So let me not deviate from that. So we're talking about where you are right now. So we spoke about the two ways, the Capital One and also Discover. Like I said, if you want help with coaching, I will show you how to do it. We're going to talk about the business another time. But this is very critical. So you have the boat cards. They took out the restriction that you have on the cards. So now you have a real credit card. After you have these two cards, you could apply for two more, maybe Chase and another one. So you have 4 cards, and it manages 4 cards. Right? And you pay your bills on time. So now you have you try to get to a 760 credit score, because a 760 credit score would tie to credit worthiness. That's what I'm looking for. Credit worthiness. That means you're able to get anything. You want to get a car, you walk into, the dealership and you get something that, and then the interest on that going to be lower because of the 760. The higher the interest, the lower your score, the higher the interest of the car. And some people out there want you to have that low credit score because they know the interest is going to be high. So we're rooting for 760. If you could get an 850, fine. For the bragging rights, or the 840, or the 810, or the 800, for bragging rights, fine. But we're looking at 760. 760. So here you are. $700 a week. Everything goes into your bank account. You put everything on a credit card, and at the end of the month, on the 25th, you pay all your bills. Go back to zero. The reason why I say the children are very important, and oftentimes I want to share this with you. I was driving it and I think about it. I will hear men come out here and say, "I'm not going to pick up a woman that have a child or 2 kids," and whatever the case about. And for me, any man that said this don't have no common sense. Because the child is an investment in any aspect of life. Most parents don't know. Mothers and fathers don't know that if you have your husband and your wife and you all didn't buy a house, couldn't buy a house, the next step that you have in buying a home are your children. Because most of the time, you are older. You can't pay for the house anymore. The house, sometimes they give you 30 years to pay it back. Most of us would not live to be 30 years. So who paying for it? The children. So what I got to do with the credit, Mr. Man? I'm going to tell you. I'm getting there. So let's suppose there's somebody named Sandra. And Sandra had her kids when she was young. Children, not kids. Her children when she was young. For some reason, never worked out between she and her baby father. And Sandra is out there. She have a boy and a girl, both are 5 and 10. They're going to school. It's hard. She's struggling. And now Sandra get to learn about credit. She established credit. She built her credit. Now she has a 760 credit score. Paying all her bills on time. Buy a car. Making the payment. The greatest problem that she would have is daycare. But for some reason, she meet Paul. Paul also have 2 kids. Both are same age. At that moment, the only reason why these children would not be an investment is if these children grew up and end up like you and the mother, Paul and Sandra. Why? Because if these children decide not to get married and stay with their mother, the two stay with Paul and the 2 stay with Sandra, and both of them live together. Sooner or later, this child is going to be 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. These children are going to leave college. Now, these children also have a 760 credit score. That's 4 kids that have a 760 credit score. It's no longer about the mother and father. It's no longer about Paul or Sandra. By that time, Paul and Sandra might be 40, 50 years old. when you go in front of the bank and you sit there for a $30 years mortgage, they're not looking at you, looking at the children. And let's suppose the 4 kids you have. One is a nurse, one is a firefighter, one involved in the stock market, one involved in healthcare. You multiply 6 people that have a 760 credit score. You all are a millionaire. You never get rid of a plus. You're a millionaire. You have to look at it that way. The problem lies is when the children grow up and decide to go their separate ways. That means the finance now going to split up, the credit going to split up, because now these 4 children want to marry somebody else. And now the person they're going to marry, they also have a 760 credit score. So that money that's supposed to go under the house with the children that you struggle with going to a man or a woman, they buy the house with their husband. And sometimes the relationship never works, they divorce. I always said to people out there, listen to me carefully. It's very important when you spend your life with someone, you have to understand it work. Because anytime you decide to date somebody, you are giving up 50% of your life to that person. You no longer own 100% of yourself. I don't care who it is. I'm going to repeat it. When you meet somebody, at the moment you begin to talk to them, that person owns 50% of your life. The attention is currency. Attention is gold. The attention you're giving that person is money, is time, is effort. So if you meet me, and me and you're supposed to date, and now I have my 100%, and I decide to be selfish, I'm decided to be unkind, I'm decided to go my own way, now I have 150%. So what I do, I keep my 100% and I play around with your 50%, because all you have is 50%. You don't even have 50%. Because you give 50% to that human being, man, woman, or child, or whoever you give the 50%, you only have 50% of your life left. You're working, 10% goes to your job. That leaves you at 40%. I'm talking men or women. The other 10% goes to your church, because you have to take part in the church. You have to go to service or the school, Bible study. You're helping the pastor, you're preaching. So 10%, you only have 30% left. You may be sick, ill. That 10% goes to your illness. So when you look at your life at the end of the day, you only have 10 to 20% left of your life, because you decide to spread it too thin. The other way around, if you meet someone and that person decided to be your soulmate, decide to work with you, vibes with you, help you, work with you, be kind, considerate, giving. Your interest is their interest. Your income is their income. Your credit is their credit. They don't hide nothing from you. They have a goal for both of you all set your own mind. We're 25. When we're 35, we're going to buy a home. And not all the time you need to buy a house. Sometimes you have to rent for the rest of your life. Because the only difference sometimes between renting and buying is a big mortgage. That's all. Certain people should not buy a home. That's why certain people shouldn't rent. Go listen to this. So once that happens, there is no separating of the percents. At that moment, you giving him 50% and he give you back 50%. So now both of you all retain your 100%. So nobody right now will be depleted. But what happened most of the time, we don't understand. People come into relationship for interior motive. They know. People not stupid. They figure you out. You never see somebody walk into a homeless person on the street, put up a garbage can and say, "Can I marry you?" People marry you because they see something with you. I told somebody this the other day. Why do you think most people divorce? Because they finally get to know the person. Most people tell you, oh, marry somebody that you know. They're lying to you. If you get to know them, you wouldn't marry them. The reason why you all divorced now is because you get to know the person. You didn't know them before. They lied to you. When you get to know them, you wouldn't want to be with them. It's something that I know. You say, okay, you know these things, boy. I live a long time alone, and I study life. I study myself, the mistake that I made, things that I've done in my life. Next week, I'm going to talk about emotions, especially for men. Why it's so important to, doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. If you don't if you don't control your emotions, you're dead out here. Your anger. People will test you every single day, and how you handle that test gonna say everything about you. And I didn't know. Follow me and follow this channel, and I will shoot you. What I'm telling you here is something that I've been through in my life. In the next 6 months, if you listen to this video, whether you're in the United States, out of the United States, around the world, you're in Grenada, Barbados, Antigua, St. Vincent, doesn't matter where you are, Jamaica, in the next 6 months, if you make an oath to change your life, financially, economically, spiritually, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. You don't take long. 6 months, that's all you need. If you start the 1st of January, by June, you're going to see where your life is and how it could change. We're living in a time where anything that you want to do, you could do. Anything you want to achieve, anything you want to do, you could do it. I was listening to somebody speak a couple months ago, and they shared something with me. I want to leave with you. I want to share it with you. If you want to write it down, write it down. He said, many years ago, there were certain things that were important to the world. We can't live with it. We cannot breathe without it in everything that we do. And this was oil and gas. And there were a few nations around the world that export oil and gas or import oil and gas. Some places, Saudi Arabia, United States is one of the largest countries right now with oil and gas. And Canada is one of it. Iran, Venezuela was one of it. Iraq had oil and gas. There's oil and gas in Africa. So oil and gas was the right thing in the world. Wars was created off oil and gas. But not everybody could find oil and gas. You look at Guyana right now, and Guyana is one of the most developed countries in the Caribbean. See, right now, Grenada is one of the fastest economy in the world. Not because of gold, not because of silver, not because of anything, but because of oil and gas that are found under the feet of Guyana. So it was something that had been there for years. But when you think of oil and gas, you think of ExxonMobil and BP and some of the big organizations that pull it out of the ground. So I was listening to a podcast, and they have shared some things that says that the new oil and gas in 2025 and 2026 is content. And there are few people who know that, except you. Content. Like what I'm doing right now. The new oil and gas is content. The people that master content is going to be the millionaires and billionaires of the world. What makes it so unique, not everybody have the will and the ability to dig oil from the ground, but everybody have a phone. Everybody have a camera. A microphone is $50. Why would not you, who are looking at my video, knowing that you could not get the oil and gas, but you could get the content? I was looking at the video of a young lady somewhere in the world. She traveled the world doing blogging. She was living in a ruined part of the world. Hot. Water from the well in the bushes. Cows. Fig leaves. She pick up a camera and begin to travel the world and document her story. Contents. Different places she went. Show up without any telling anybody with a camera and show with certain things. In 2024, she made $254,000 US. Don't say I didn't tell you. Just like I didn't know years ago of credit, and it hurt me. Just like I didn't know years ago about AI, it hurt me. Just of things that I didn't know years ago of how to control my emotions and anger, and how people watch you 24/7. As a man, you have to be right 110%. Just like I didn't know years ago, I'm telling you now. So when I'm gone, you can't say I didn't tell you. You may come across this video and say, I heard this guy say it. The biggest money-making thing today in the world is content. And the people who master that will master the universe. Think about it for a moment before I share this with you. I didn't want to go that long, so I'm going to end the video here and we're going to continue next week. If you want to talk to me behind the scene and you've come across this video, want to comment in the comment section. If you've been hearing something that I said that you think need to be rectified, or let me know in the comment section. I'm willing to learn. That's what we're here for. Right? If you need coaching, you say, Music Man, I listen to you and I want to be where I want to be in 6 months. I will tell you what you need to do. Because I did it myself. At a certain time in my life, I came into $1.63 in my name. Think about it for a moment. And it was not a paper dollar, it was coins. I came into $1.63 in my name. Everything that I had, I lost. My credit score came down to 430. I will show you one day. And one day I looked at my life and I was upset. And I didn't call no one. I didn't call my mom because my mom passed away years ago. I didn't call my dad, I didn't call my sisters, I didn't call my brothers, I didn't call my friends, I didn't call my kids, I didn't call nobody. I didn't call my pastor. I began to talk to myself. And I went on an investigation to find out why it is easy for some people and so hard for me. And this way I found the gem. Sometimes you have to start with yourself and realize there's nobody coming to save you. Nobody coming to help you. So you have to help yourself. Nobody coming to save you. The longer you stay on the ground, the longer you're going to stay there. Nobody coming to pull you up. As a matter of fact, the longer you stay, more people used to you being there. Yeah, for the first couple of days, they may look and feel a way about you, but sooner or later, they can see you there, they figure you become part of the street. You become part of the pavement. You become part of the sidewalk. You blend in. How do I change my life in 6 months? There are certain things that you have to follow. You must begin to look at your mindset. Without your mindset, nothing here that I said matter. You say, Music Man, what do you mean about the mindset? Your mindset is like, remember, your mind is just like a garden. And in the forest, weeds grow. You can't tell it where to grow. Vine, bushes, trees, grass, insects. That's your mind. But you have to set your mind. You have to take the weed out. You have to cut it out. Get it out of there. That's the first thing that I had to do to change my mindset, that nobody owe me nothing. There's nobody trying to oppress me, nobody trying to... I think people don't even know if I'm living. If a person don't know if you exist and you're living, how do you try to oppress you? Do you get up in the morning thinking, oh, I want no? People they just figure, okay, I got it. I know what I'm doing. My family and friends, they know what I'm doing. So for the people who don't know, that's up to them. That's just what it is. So if you the first thing that you need to do in changing the mindset, you have to be angry at your situation. And there are two types of anger. There's an anger that can send you to prison, and there's an anger that can send you to wealth. You have to choose one of them. That anger that sends you to wealth is an anger where you look at yourself and you don't anger at anyone, you anger at yourself. How I become who I am. The Bible says, before you was found in your mother's womb, I knew you. Think about it for a moment. There were billions and millions of people in the world who were supposed to be born, but you did. Like a grain of sand on the beach, you popped into this world. Like billions of people. Like a grain of sand on the beach. And one of these days, like a grain of sand on the beach that would washed away with the snow, with the seashore, and would never return to the shore, that's what's going to happen to you. But you have a choice. There is no way, shape, or form that you will be born into this world to become a nobody. No way. You become a nobody because you become a nobody. There are certain things that you're supposed to do, but you first have to change your mindset. How that started is, man, what can I do? Give yourself 6 months. Go through your cabinet, your filing cabinet, which is your mind. See what's working for you. What is not working, you throw it out. People, habits, anything, get rid of it. What's working, you keep it. Your mindset have to be like your house. You get up in the morning, what you do? You just throw your clothes all over the place. Leave your bed on makeup. Have a cup of coffee and drop the plate on the floor. Drop the cup on the floor. No. You make up your house. You make up your bed. You wash the dishes from off of the sink, because if not, too many will pile up in there. And most of the time what's going to happen, when you open it, you're going to overflow and wet up your whole house. Washing the dishes is like making up the dishes. You're playing domino. When you're playing domino, everybody that sits around the table, easy for you to understand, have dominoes in their hand that they all scramble together. And what you do, you make up the domino. You're playing cards. Everybody was given some cards, and what you do, the card is out, and then you take the card and put it in order. It's the same with your mind, to make up your mind. Once you start here, and you begin to fix what's up here, then you begin to do the research in your mind by yourself, silently, don't tell nobody. Begin to investigate about the credits, investigate about the business, about the banks, investigates about my life. Investigate, how do I save? How do I invest? How do I be around people that could help me in my mind? How do I talk less? How do I be respectful, be kind, be honest? How do I find purpose? How do I fix my life spiritually in my mind? How do I sometimes spend hours by myself, talking to myself in my mind? And you make it up here. And then your heart will follow. Yeah, the heart will follow the mind. And then the great thing about it, you don't need help. It's not like you need a bag that you have on the floor and need somebody to put it on your shoulder. You don't need help to do it. Because your mind will lead you where your heart will go. And then when you found your mind, you be clear of what you want. Be clear to speak. Because now you're operating in a place of wisdom and knowledge. That when you call the credit card company, You don't need a bank. You don't need a friend. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need. You call yourself. Hey, my name is such and such. I had credit a couple of years ago, and I think I have an issue. What can I do? Okay, what's your name? Such and such is the case. This recording, this conversation will be recorded. Record, bam, 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 bam. Okay, we see it here. You have $1,000 in collection for such and such bank. $1,000. How long that been there for? 3 years, sir. Okay. I want to take care of it. Now, when you take care of that car, that bill, it would affect your credit. It's not going to lower your score. You're going to remain on your credit. So you maybe have a choice to leave it there for the 7 years, because after 7 years, it's going to come off. So if you're closer to the 7 years, best you leave it and let it drop off. But the thing is, if you called, they may restart it to the day that you called. So you have to make up in your mind. Again, you come back to your mind, right? Up here. Okay, you're trying to clean out what you owe. But you might be closer to 7 years. After 7 years, this drop off your credit. So if it's 6 years, best you leave it. But if it's 2 years, it take you 4 years, best you work something out with them and say, look, I will pay something. They say, okay, it's $1,000. I can't pay $1,000. They say, okay, we settle it for 8. Say, no, I can't pay 8. So you come up and say, okay, I'll do it for $450. We'll tell you okay. But paying it off not gonna get rid of the debt. Some people tell you don't pay it off. You have to know what's best for you. But you cannot build wealth in this country if you don't build credit. You cannot live a prosperous life in this country if you don't build credit. You cannot have a prosperous business if you don't have business credit and business loans and utilize the bank. Just look at what I said to you. Your mind set. That's the reason why I do not interact with certain people anymore. Not because I'm better than them. I get to realize that there was a distraction. They was not helping me. I was more helping them. And sitting here this morning on my platform, on my brand, I thank God for everything He has given to me, the things that I've learned, good or bad. And I sit here and I know moving forward the best is yet to come. And I want the best for people who are looking at my channel to understand that in 6 months you could change your life tremendously. 6 months. I was looking at a video out of China, and there was a lady there that she owned many business in China. She owned like a Uber / Amazon / other business in China. And in an interview they asked her, how you do it? How you do it? You're a mom, you're a husband. Where did you get the time to do that? How do you become such a great businesswoman? And she said, her father said to her, nothing in life comes easy. In closing, I will leave this with you. In closing, that nobody tells you, but I'm going to tell you this is something that I've learned in my life, and that's a good thing about experience. You learn, and good thing about learning, you could tell somebody else and prepare them for what to come. Because we have it the other way around. We think pain is our enemy. We think hardship is our enemy. We think disappointment is our enemy. We look at our lives and we realize that it's painful that other people are more better off than us. Other people have the things that we wish we could have. We look at our lives and that costs us a lot of pain and suffering, because you're saying, I work so hard but I just can't make it. We look at disappointment, failures, broken relationship, broken family, friends who left us, people that we trust, who we give everything that discard us like garbage, and it hurt us. Illness, sickness. It took a toll on us. We hide it, we are ashamed, we don't want people to know that we're struggling, that we're suffering, because we're proud. But I'm going to tell you something, and as I'm breathing here today, there is no other way of living. That's part of breathing. That's part of the universe. That's part of your life on being on earth, is to suffer. Anderson Cooper said something. He was doing an interview with one of the late night hosts, and he wrote something in the book. And he says, I've learned to love the things that cost me the most suffering. I've learned to love the thing that cost me the most suffering. Could you say that? Because that's the key to your wealth. That's the key to everything that you have. You know, you see me doing this thing on YouTube, and you see Godfrey Johnson broadcast, and I'll share this with you. What I had to go through to do this. The people who've been through that took their life. They're no longer with us. And if I have to do it all over again, I would not change anything. Does it make me who I am? For years I used to be bitter. For years I used to be angry. For years I used to be resentful of things and people. As I grow older, in the final couple of years of my life, I've learned that the greatest soldiers get the biggest fight. And if you're fighting today for your life, it's because you're a great soldier. You're a great soldier. How do I do what I do here? Because of pain. So I leave this with you. This is what he said. I've learned to love the thing that cost me the most suffering. So if you're out there today and you're suffering, you're going through things in your life, the only thing that will going to stop you, you have to get up and go after it as the air that you breathe. As the air that you breathe. Because there are people out there that want you to fail. And if you fail, you're going to prove them right, and you can't afford to do that. Right?
The music man run the show.
Music man.
From New York City to the rest of the world, this is LTDRadio.com, your source for today's information.
Bye-bye. See you next week. Thank you again. God for Broadcasting Media Incorporated. LDD Radio brand.